Gam podcast, God Gam podcast,
God Gam podcast.
Gam gaming after midnight, and yeah, we're just looking at the Order 1886,
Yes,
and
we are.
geez, I mean, look, man, these reviews have been harsh, and then like some sites are like, yay, we love it, and then some sites are like, this is horrible.
Yeah, right?
But
It's crazy. Game trailers still gave it an 8.2 though, which isn't bad.
no,
Which
it's
is
not.
better than most because most people were giving it like a 6, some places were giving like a 5, and it's like just like ridiculous.
Yeah, but Game Trailers gave Sunset Overdrive like an
Yeah.
8.9 or something.
Sunset Overdrive. That game is like so on rails. It is. It's like
it's insane.
it's like what's the names? Insomniac should be ashamed. Like they just better hurry up with the Ratchet and Clank PS4 remake.
Oh, God, I don't know.
It's not, but it's not a remake. It's not like a remaster. It's like they're a reimagining because it's
All I
following the movie.
Yeah, I know. Could you imagine? All I remember is Adam Sessler, or as I like to call him, Obsessler, because he's just obsessing over stupidity. He's obsessing over the loss of X-Play and the loss of his love, Morgan Webb, who he secretly admired throughout the years. He freaking, I swear, like when I saw his review, and I'll say like in quote, like in quotations, like review,
His so-called review.
so-called review of Infamous Second Son. Oh my God. I mean, and I'm not a, like, I'll say it again, I'm not a big Infamous fan. I like Infamous. I like 1 and 2. I played them. They were great. I didn't finish 2, but I finished 1 and it was awesome. The good side of 1. And I mean the gameplay is great and everything. You're the one who played Infamous Second Son, and I mean I looked at you playing, I watched you playing, and it was awesome.
Yeah,
Graphics are great, and I bet it was a great game because I mean 1 was awesome, and they're not going to drop the ball like that especially on a new platform with a new game. But oh my God, Adam Sessler just found every little thing wrong with it, and he was just like saying stupid stuff. Like he was just like, it doesn't look that great, and he's like,
which
the
is
story
a bloody
was,
lie.
yeah.
Because honestly, if Infamous Second Son's pretty much been the best looking console game until now, until the Order.
It just
That game still looks good, man. I mean, I went back and I reposted one video with the podcast on it, and it just reminded me, like, I forgot how good this game looks.
Yeah, I mean, it is good. It deserves more than what the critics gave it, and just like the Order 1886, it deserves more. But you have your hands on, like, you've completely platinumed that game.
Yeah, it is 100% finished, done. There ain't nothing else. I wish they would release DLC finished. So, and I gotta tell you, man, the reviews, and this is the thing, like the reviews, if you ignore the score, most of the reviews tell the truth. But, like the scores are totally uncalled for. This game should be an 8, maybe an 8.5.
Yeah.
The 6s and the 5s and the 4s that some of these places were giving it are ridiculous. Because, number one, I played through the entire game, and the story is good. I mean, not everyone's gonna like it, but guess what? Not everybody likes every story. There are people who didn't like the story of The Last of Us. So, whatever. The story, in my opinion, is very, very good. The storytelling is good. It's paced in such a way that that it validates the storytelling. Now, other people aren't gonna like it because depending on what you're expecting. If you're expecting Uncharted, where you're gonna have those big boom moments every hour or so, not quite. But
the only boom moments I had playing Uncharted was when my neighbor was knocking on my door.
He's like,
turn
that volume down.
Turn it down. That was the only boom.
Sanaya, come on out.
I'm coming out for you. Turn yourself in.
Crazy.
Man.
Awesome bomber up in here. But yeah, so obviously, like, no one can deny this, and I think that's part of the reason why they're all pissed and hate it, because this is the best looking console game released ever so far.
I agree. looking at screenshots, they look like cutscenes.
And the screenshots actually don't, because someone was debating this because of stupid Xbox. That's another conversation. But someone was debating that, PS4, when it outputs screenshots, it outputs them in JPEG, and PNG is the better format for, maintaining the fidelity. Fine, whatever. But the screenshots and the videos on YouTube, the game when you see it in person on your TV looks a lot better. And that's the thing, like, there are no cutscenes.
Yeah, it's just
like
all
everything is 100% in game, so that like if you're in a scene, the previous scene, and you were in a firefight and you got shot, like, and there's blood on your face or blood on your clothes, it still carries through into the cutscenes, because the cutscenes are running in engine in game with your same character model.
Yeah.
So like nothing's changing. There are, which I didn't notice until this afternoon, that there are no load scene. There's no loading in the game. I mean, obviously the game has to load up at some point, but like when you start the game, you start it, you press X, it starts you right into the scene, and like from there going on, there's no loading. There's no stopping and loading, nothing. Like it just flows completely, like if you were watching a movie. For this, like, you could play it straight through 8 hours straight, and there's no load screen. The only time I've come across a load screen is when I'm going into chapter select and like going back to one particular place, and then like, so the screen will go blank and you'll see a little circle in the bottom for about maybe 8 or 10 seconds, and then it just drops you right in to wherever you were. But that's only in chapter select. If you play the game straight through, there is no loading, which is a technical feat in itself, because these jokers be whining about load screens all the time.
Yeah,
which never bothered me.
No, but that's the thing. Like in all video games, like there have always like been that moment where you're thinking, this load screen is going on too long, or why does this have a load screen? Especially like when you're looking at other media, like cartridge media and stuff. There's load screens on cartridge media at this point in time, and it's like, you kind of think, what the heck did the programmer do to this poor system that it's taxing it so much to the point where you need to like load a whole new set of like, suspended RAM. So
yeah,
it was like when a game provides almost virtually no load screens this day and age, and has the graphics that it does and pushes the power that it does on the system that it's on, I mean, that's great. And think about this, like, some people are whining about it being, oh, it's $50 and all this, and it's a full game, and it's only like, what, 5 hours long.
And that's the other thing. It's like, these 5 hours, the people who are doing it 5 hours, I don't know what sort of speed running they're doing, but like for it to be in 5 hours, you'd have to have it on easy, and then you just have to essentially run through. So like, because like, if you're not looking for the collectibles, if you're not looking, or if you're just not walking around and just taking it in, it might take you about 5 hours. Yeah. I guess. But I mean, like, we just had speed runs on Twitch like a month ago where someone finished Uncharted 3 in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But clearly that game's not 30 minutes.
Yeah, right. Well, think about this. Like, it goes to, like, think of this. Like, when you go and you purchase a Blu-ray movie of, let's say, your favorite movie, or your fanboy's favorite movie, Mystic Pizza, right? You purchase your favorite Mystic Pizza Blu-ray, right?
Wasn't Reese Witherspoon in that mess or something?
Yes, and Julia Roberts. It's a snore fest of a chick flick. But you pick that up, and how much are you going to pay for it on Blu-ray?
Right, I imagine $20.
$20, I bet. Anywhere. You're going to watch the film. The film's like an hour and, 30 minutes long?
Yeah, maybe.
An hour and 20, or like 100 and, let's say like 121 or 127 minutes. Let's just say. Yeah. Right? That's $20. Now, think of it this way. You're playing a video game that is like gorgeous. You can do whatever you want in it. You can like blast as many people as you want. Listen to the great story. You got great visuals, and it's on your PS3 or PS4, and you're paying how much? Like $50?
Right. It's 60. Yeah, it's 60 right now
for a 9 to 10 hour experience. But people don't go complain about, oh man, this movie's too short. Like, right, they never complain about Avengers being too short, and I think Avengers was short. You know,
Yeah, here's the thing though. Peter Jackson, Peter Jackson can tell you that people complain about movies being too long. Look at the Lord of the Ring franchise and look
oh
at
yeah.
King Kong. Like the biggest complaints about those movies was, oh, it was so long.
You know what I think? I think people are just
People are stupid.
like just right there. I
It
just
just is.
I think the problem is that they look for any little thing.
Yeah, they can't be satisfied with anything.
There's no satisfaction.
They can't be because it's got to be, oh, there's something wrong. I mean, like, and that's what one reviewer said. He's like, yeah, the people who score it low is because they're looking at all the stuff the game isn't. He's like, I reviewed it and looked at the stuff the game is, and I gave it a score I thought was correct, which was he gave it an 8. So it's like, that's the thing. It's like, well, they're looking, oh, it doesn't have any multiplayer. It doesn't have co-op. Oh, the AI is kind of dumb. Well, yeah, the AI is kind of dumb. But guess what? In the situations that you're in, you don't want the smart AI because you'd be dying all the time.
Yep.
It's like, I
And
mean,
it
and the
also,
AI does some decent stuff. Like, how often does AI blind fire? They do it all the time in this game.
but you know what? And also, if you think about this, you want multiplayer, but you don't want to be stuck with someone in a session that doesn't know how to play, and that's what happens 90% of the time.
Exactly. That's the main complaint with Evolve. And one thing I was telling people online before the game came out, I was like, don't forget Tomb Raider.
Oh
When
God.
when Tomb Raider the redo of Tomb Raider came out on PS3.
I could I'd vouch to redo Lara Croft any day.
Yeah, I bet you would. Yes, I bet you have. But yeah, when that Tomb Raider came out and it had that god awful tacked on multiplayer,
Oh yeah.
everybody hated it. And go back and read the reviews for back then. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, there's like we couldn't even get in a match because nobody's playing it, and like it's so broken. It's like it would have been better off if they just didn't put it in there. Blah
Right.
blah 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 blah. But now here we got a single player experience that's great. Oh no, where's the multiplayer?
Right.
It's
But
like,
it's like I'd rather have a strong narrative and no multiplayer than a weak narrative and or even this strong narrative. Let's just keep that and god awful multiplayer because there's a 5-year-old kid who's playing it while his mom is like watching Jerry and he's screaming into the mic and cussing and cursing at me and trying to like teabag me
exactly.
while I'm
It's
trying to
not
get into the story.
right. It's not exactly. It's not an ideal situation. Not an ideal experience.
No. No,
So
so
like
it does
that.
not need multiplayer. Everybody please just be quiet
Exactly.
and keep playing Titanfall. Oh, wait a minute. You're not playing Titanfall anymore? Okay.
Right. Because clearly multiplayer is king.
Now,
But it's like,
now everybody's playing Evolve. We
yeah. I mean, it's like
evolved, man.
it. Don't worry, that'll be over soon anyway. But
Ugh,
it's like so. I don't know. I've played and platinumed the order. Now, granted, I started playing the order at about 10 o'clock Friday morning, the day of release. I platinumed it at about 12:30 Sunday night.
damn.
So yeah, be prepared for it's quick and it ends at such a point you'll be like, what the hell? Why is it ending here?
But see, there's not enough cliffhangers nowadays. I mean,
Well,
the
yeah.
debacle of Final Fantasy X
Uh, 13 2.
13-2. The debacle of 13-2. That ending was okay. No, that ending would have been great had 13-3 and not Lightning Returns came out.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. That ending
Yeah,
would have been
because like
awesome.
you ended it in such a way, and then you ended it with one character. Well, no one plays that crap, so we can spoil it. Like, okay, you end it with lightning turning to freaking stone or bronze or whatever it is on this throne of Etro,
Yeah.
and then that's how you end 13-2, and then you start 13-3 with lightning. It's like, well, what the hell? How'd you
Yeah.
get out?
It
And
doesn't
then
make
and
any
then it's like here it is. It's 500 years in the future or in the past or whatever. And it's like, whatever, man.
It's
You
like
just
opening a time capsule when and expecting something like really interesting from the past, but only finding like a turd wrapped in tinfoil,
pretty much.
basically. So we got 10 minutes or 10 seconds.
All right. So, if you're interested in the order, play it anyway. If you're semi interested in the order, wait till it's like $40 and then